Many Christians do not know that Father Abraham spent the first 10 years of his life hiding in a cave from a king who wanted to slay him. After Abram left the cave, he went to live with Noah and his son Shem. There, they taught him the instructions and the ways of the Lord. No one else knew Abram was there because, like I said in part 6, they all believed that he was unalived by Nimrod. Abram was in Noah's house for 39 years, and there he grew to love and walk with the Lord, and the Lord gave him a understanding heart. But before Abram knew God, he worshipped the sun, he worshipped the moon, he worshipped the stars. None of that made sense to him, for he realized that these weren't gods, but they were actually servants of God. Now, Terah, Abram's father, was an idol worshiper, and all the people that were in his house were idol worshippers. Now, when Abram came back to his father's house at the age of 50 years old, he realized and he understood that their worship was vain. For Terah was still the captain of the host of Nimrod, and he had many false gods. When Abram went back to his father's house, he saw 12 gods, all made of wood and stones, and they were all in their temples. Abraham became very angry because he knew better, and he made a vow that those gods would not stay in his father's house. He went to his father and he said, "Tell me, where is the God who created heaven and earth? And where is the God who created all the sons of men upon the earth?" Terah said to his son, "The gods who created us are all in my house. You did see 12 gods back there, didn't you?" So he decided to give Abram a tour of his gods and their temples, after which he went out. So Abram went to his mother and he said, "My father just showed me the gods who made the heaven and the earth, and I want to make a sacrifice unto them with savory meat. Please fetch a kid for me and prepare it, that I may take it to them so they may eat." And Abram took the savory meat and he brought it to his father's gods. And Terah, he knew nothing about this. And Abram sat before them all day, and he mocked them, for he saw that they had no hearing, no sight, no motion. They didn't move. And none of them stretched forth their hand to eat of his savory meat. And his anger was kindled, so he took a hatchet and he broke every single one of them. After he was done, he took the hatchet and he placed it in the hand of the greatest God. When Terah came back and he saw what Abram had done, he said, "What have you done to my gods?" Abram said, "Well, I brought them a sacrifice of savory meat, and all of them stretched forth their hand to eat before the Great One. And the Great One was angry that they all put forth their hands before him. So he took the hatchet and he broke them all." Man, was Terah enraged. He said, "Are you dumb? Are you telling me that these gods of wood and stones put forth their hands to take your savory meat?" He said, "I myself made them, and I know they don't have hands to put forth. So why are you lying?" What are the odds? And Abram said, "Aha! How can you then serve gods who do not even possess the ability to move? And how then could these gods have created the heavens and the earth? And how then could these gods have created us?" He said, "Did not our fathers do the same thing, and God wiped the earth with a flood?" Because remember, he lived with Noah for 39 years. So of course, Noah taught him about the wickedness that caused the flood. Terah, seeing everything that Abraham has done, ran to Nimrod and he said, "A son was born to me 50 years ago, and now he has broken all of my gods." I don't know why he left out the other part of the story. So King Nimrod sent men to bring Abram to him, and he questioned him about what he had done. Abram said, "King, I already told the man that it was the great God that used the hatchet to broke the other gods because they put forth their hand and took of the savory meat before he did." Nimrod said, "Are you dumb? Do they have power to speak and eat and do all the things that you just said?" Abram said, "If there is no power in them, then why do you serve them and worship them as gods? Why do you cause the children of God to err through your foolishness?" He said, "I thought you would teach your servants the way of righteousness, but you are a foolish, simple, and ignorant king." Medir? Of course, this angered Nimrod, so he threw him in prison for 10 days. But guess who didn't care? Abram. Nimrod consulted with his sages and his wise men, and they decided that what Abram had done warranted him being thrown into a fiery, burning furnace. See how long they've been trying to burn up God's children. So when he was taken from prison, the sages and wise men recognized him, for they were the same ones that were there on the night of his birth. They said, "Is this not the child that was born to Terah 50 years ago, for whom we saw a sign in the heavens? And now him and his father stand here mocking us as though we're fools." So the king found out that it was indeed Abram, and he took both Terah's sons, Abram and his brother Haran, stripped them of their clothing, and threw them both into the burning fiery furnace. Haran wanted to follow after Abram's ways and serve his God, but he was too afraid of what the king would do, so the fire consumed him. But Abram was untouched, just like the three Hebrew boys who believed and were not afraid of the king. God 100% knew that Abram would be faithful to him. So he changed his name and sent him on the biggest mission of his life. In part 8, we'll see how he went from Abram to the Abraham that we all know today. Share your thoughts in the comments. I love to hear them. Kudos.